I see, I see. So it looks like Laker developed a little bit intermittent lameness on the right front limb.
Yes.
And then it has been kind of gotten worse, and you went to your veterinarian in February who did the radiograph, and there was a like aggressive bony lesion on the distal.
Have the X-rays got over yet?
Yeah, yeah, we received it.
Okay.
And then they suspected kind of bone tumor.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the carprofen, he's currently on the carprofen, and it's actually helpful.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
pain
He
is well
hasn't
controlled.
really been limping at all since he's been on that. So.
Right. Okay. So the thing is that yes, we have to agree on the radiograph. It really looks like aggressive bone tumor.
Okay.
But of course there are other possible like cause like fungal infection and
Sure.
bacterial infection. Those are all possibility. But pretty much 90% of time, once we see that bony aggressive lesion with this healthy dog, and most of the time is bone tumor.
Okay.
And about 85% of bone tumor is osteosarcoma.
Yes.
And then next most common will be around 15% is chondrosarcoma.
Okay.
And like 1 or 2% of other cancer is possibility.
Sure.
It's very low on the list. So because of this prevalence of osteosarcoma, we assume once we see those aggressive bone lesion on the radiograph, we assume probably it's going to be osteosarcoma.
Okay.
Of course, we were burned before a couple of times because we jumped into the conclusion too early. Are you familiar with this disease?
I've been doing some research, kind of joined some grief groups on Facebook. And,
So
I
unfortunately,
know
it's a
bit,
very aggressive disease and very metastatic, and prognosis is not really great.
Sure. Yeah.
So couple of options for this, couple of treatment options available for this disease. Standard of care, what we usually recommend, especially dog who's doing well with this tumor, is amputation of the leg.
Okay.
The reason being is that amputation is not gonna improve overall outcome.
Sure.
However, as you saw him, it's gonna get worse, and the pain got worse, and that's the one that is compromised their quality of life.
Yes.
So oftentimes we recommend amputation for the palliative purpose.
Okay.
After the amputation, we recommend chemotherapy.
Sure.
So without just amputation alone, median survival time is around 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
But once we combine with the chemotherapy, their median survival time can improve up to the 8 to 12 months.
Okay.
So median survival time means 50% of dog does better, or 50% of dog does less. So which category he's gonna fall in?
And there's a few outliers that make it to 2 years. It sounds
Exactly.
but pretty rare.
Yeah, it's 10 to 20% of dog can live up to 2
Okay, that's kind of what I've come across. So.
So the thing is that, of course, this disease likes to go to the lung. And one thing we definitely want to do today is thoracic radiogram.
Okay.
I know your vet already did one view, but when we evaluate the thoracic radiogram, we need 3 views. That's something we need. And after that, so there are a couple of options again. So one thing I have to ask you is, are you up for the amputation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
we want to do whatever we can to keep him around as long as possible and happy. So.
Got it.
So we would
there
like to
is
explore.
actually a great opportunity.
There's some clinical trials.
Exactly. So there's a clinical trial. So Listeria is basically bacteria, and then we modified. We did a gene modification, and then what we did is we injected the gene that is expressing the HER2/neu.
Okay.
So that protein is expressed around 40 to 60% of osteosarcoma.
Okay.
And besides that, we are combined with IL-2, which is a cytokine, which is kind of causing the inflammation in the body. So what we are hoping for is that this cancer is usually very smart. They are evading our immune system. So we are kind of trying to waken up their immune function. Look, there is a foreign material here, so you have to attack it. So that's the HER2/neu protein. And at the same time, we are trying to like waking up the innate response, which is like basically overall the inflammatory function, and then try to like attack these cancer cells. That part, there are so many drugs is doing it, but not really clinically proven to be efficient. However, with this drug, we did a phase 1 study,
Sure.
And it was not a lot of dogs, like 16 dogs or so.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not huge study. We just want to look into the toxicity.
Sure.
What we found is so far dogs really tolerate really well with this treatment.
Okay.
The amazing part was that dog who was treated with amputation, chemotherapy, followed by this treatment,
Sure.
they live median survival time was around 900 days.
Okay.
Versus control group who just did amputation and chemotherapy,
Yep.
their median survival time is about a year.
Okay.
That's what we expect.
Okay.
So because of that promising data, we decide to expand the study furthermore.
Great.
And so incentive-wise, there are not whole a lot in terms of during the standard of care treatment, because standard of care treatment should be done before this listeria
Sure.
Vaccine study. So one thing we need to do is, so basically there is some incentive during the amputation
Sure.
and this chemotherapy treatment, but once we reach the listeria treatment, everything will be covered.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the best part. So far he looks pretty good candidate, but difficult part with this study is arranging the schedule, because
Okay.
all the pre-treatment evaluation has to be done within a week.
Okay.
And then also we have to know whether this is osteosarcoma or not,
Okay.
which means we have to do the sampling.
Okay.
So I think for today it's gonna be a good idea to the thoracic radiograph to make sure there is no metastasis whatsoever. Because
Okay.
if there is a metastasis, I mean, we might not consider any amputation
Sure.
or progressive treatment. We might pursue the radiation treatment or some other alternative ways.
Okay.
And after that, so we need to sample it, but there are a couple of different ways of sampling
Okay.
this bone tumor. One is finding the aspiration, and the other one is bone biopsy. Bone finding the aspiration is something we can do under sedation. However, the diagnostic yield, so the chances of getting the diagnosed sample is really low. If we think about it, we have to penetrate the cortex of bone, and it's not really easy to do with the need of time.
Sure.
So
Sure.
most of the time we have to do the bone biopsy,
Okay.
and bone biopsy is not something we can do under sedation. So
Okay.
we have to do under general anesthesia.
Sure.
Unfortunately for today, I talked to anesthesia department, they are quite booked up, so
Okay.
they do not have any available spot.
Okay.
So probably we have to schedule another day to do bone biopsy.
Okay.
Another way you can pursue is if your veterinarian is comfortable doing it and they have available spot,
Mhm.
then they can definitely do it their clinic, and once we have a result, then we can schedule for the amputation.
Okay.
And then we are gonna have him come back one day before the amputation schedule,
Yeah.
and then we are gonna do all the pre-treatment evaluation on the
Okay.
day and make sure he's qualified for the study.
Okay.
And then go for the amputation on the following day.
Okay. Okay. So there's no way to get to the general anesthesia today to do that. Okay, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I already asked a couple
Okay.
of times. But
Okay. Okay.
Or we can do it tomorrow. Are you from far or?
I can come. I'm 90 minutes away, so
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow is Friday. Yeah. Yeah. So Friday we don't really
it's
see.
usually Monday to
cases,
Thursday for
yeah.
oncologists.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can do it on Monday.
Okay.
It's up to you. I mean,
Yeah.
would you like to check with your veterinarian, see if they can do the bone biopsy today or tomorrow, versus if you don't want to wait?
Yeah, I can. I just want to make sure everything that they do is going to fall in lines if we're going to do this clinical trial. I don't want that's
So the thing
they
is
did
that
something wrong and now it's it's
That's
fault. He doesn't qualify or something. But
yeah, the thing is that if you are going to do the bone biopsy, it's kind of tricky. The timing is quite tricky because everything should be done within a week.
okay, would be better off just coming Monday and doing that and then trying to schedule everything else out next week.
So
Because I'm fine with going.
it's really up to you. I mean, we can do thoracic radiograph today, but probably we have to repeat it
Sure.
before the amputation.
Okay.
So it could be just redundant test if there's no
Okay.
metastasis whatsoever. But at the same time, if there is any evidence of metastasis, you might not want to pursue that route.
Sure.
So that's my dilemma. So
Sure.
either we are gonna spend like $200 now and then make sure sure there's no metastasis, even though we have to repeat it later, or.
Now, do you usually check the back legs too, just to make sure there's nothing going on there? Because I'm assuming you don't want to amputate,
Absolutely.
a front leg if there's issues with the hind legs.
Absolutely. Let's do this way because.
You tell me what you want to do. I'm all on board.
Oh my God, that's the most toughest decision I have to make. Okay, why don't you check with your veterinarian?
Okay.
And whether they can do the bone biopsy today or not.
Okay.
And also, I mean, if they want to do thoracic radiograph with them, that's completely fine with us too.
Okay.
Because regardless, if you are going to pursue the clinical trial, then we have to repeat the thoracic radiograph regardless.
Okay.
So.
Well, if it's only gonna be a matter of days, I mean, I'd rather just wait and just do it on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Then let's do this way. Let's schedule everything on Monday.
Okay.
Actually, that's excellent timing, but at the same time, because one.
Substitutes.
No, they offer the Tuesday or because they have to do the consultation.
Right.
So
Right.
because on Monday, let's do this way. It's gonna be tough.
Sure.
So I'm gonna tentatively schedule the amputation on Tuesday,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna have it back on Monday.
Okay.
So the plan is we are going to do all the evaluation on Monday,
Okay.
and then and also we are going to do the bone the finding the aspiration and the biopsy on Monday.
Okay.
Tricky part is the bone biopsy result is not gonna come back
Okay.
because it takes a week.
Okay.
But sometimes we get a diagnostic sample by doing the finding the aspiration.
Okay.
It's not gonna tell us whether it's osteosarcoma or chondrosarcoma or something like that, but at least it might be able to say it's a sarcoma.
Okay.
Then in that case, regardless what it is, our recommendation is amputation.
No matter what one of those three is, it's amputation.
Because
if
it's
it is
gonna get worse.
osteosarcoma, it'll qualify
Well,
for the
either
clinical
whether
trial.
it's a cancer or not,
Yeah.
that's all matter. Because even if this is chondrosarcoma, we still recommend amputation because it's gonna get worse. Even if this is carcinoma or other sarcomas, our recommendation is still amputation.
And you don't really like to mess with the limb sparing surgery or cutting it out and.
Yeah, limb sparing surgery is very tricky.
Okay.
So it first of all it costs a lot.
Okay.
Even if the cost does not matter, there are high rate of complication.
Okay.
So my experience with limb sparing, they tend to recover much slower because of the complication, and they always at the risk of the fracture still.
Yeah.
So if we fracture, then we don't have any other choice and go for amputation.
Okay.
So
Okay.
why do we need to like two steps?
Sure.
Why we can just get rid of
Okay.
the source of the pain. So that's the thing. So let's do that way. We are gonna reschedule everything on Monday.
All right. So we're coming in Monday, and
We are gonna do thoracic radiograph, abdominal ultrasound, and finding the aspiration of the limb and bone biopsy.
okay.
And then let's go from there. And also we are gonna do blood work.
Okay.
And if everything looks pointing toward the osteosarcoma, well, at least kind of
Yeah.
bone tumor whatsoever,
Yeah.
then we are gonna go for amputation at that point.
At the following Tuesday or the next day Tuesday?
Next day, Tuesday.
Okay. So
Yeah.
plan on being here Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then.
And then probably the amputation is gonna actually happen on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he's gonna stay here like a couple of days and then go home once he recovers.
Okay. When he stays here, do you recommend do I stay or somewhere around here, or is there?
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
So we are gonna get everything done.
He'll be all
and then
taken
he's gonna
care of.
basically he's gonna stay on Monday and Tuesday and go
Okay.
for surgery on Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. And then I mean, do people normally they come the day? Are they with them for the whole process, or do they?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they cannot be in the surgery. They
Okay.
they cannot
Okay.
be around. So
Okay.
yeah, what's the point of there just being worried and then he's staying here? So
Okay.
yeah,
so we basically just drop him off Monday,
exactly.
and then we come back when he's ready to be picked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So probably it's really
And
up to
you
you.
promise to take care of him. And
Absolutely.
would you actually do the surgery?
No, I'm not the surgeon.
Okay.
You don't
Okay.
want me to do surgery.
Okay.
Actual surgeon. Actually, it's your choice whether
Okay.
you would like to